She build, she teaches, she ball. Jack up all trade, she does it all. If you never seen a boss chase, Hunter is your proof. She builds real estate, ain't no way you could lose. If you wanna see a boss chase, Hunter is your proof. She builds real estate, ain't no way you can lose.
It don't matter where you set up shop. If you set up on the east side, if you set up with the west side, as long as you down with Chase Hunter, you on the best side. Don't matter if you roll with the west or the east, every corner of the D is the 313. West side shining, flying like a dove. East side warriors, get it out the mud. Divided by the map, but every day we a group. What can split the two? Only Woodward Avenue. Unity, that's the key. Beauty on both sides. West side, east side, we fly, we ride. West side, we lie. East side, we ride. West side, we lie. East side, we ride.
Hello, house hunters. I am Chase Hunter, realtor and real estate investor in Detroit, Michigan. Thank you so much for joining wherever you are. If you are on YouTube or any of our other platforms, please make sure that you are subscribed or following us, because I interact with y'all. I want to get to know y'all, and I want y'all to invest in Detroit, okay? So I am super excited that you guys are here. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you share this out. You tell someone else that you know that may be interested in investing so that they can join us as well, okay? So we have a brief but very informative virtual open house for you guys, right? I want you guys to know exactly what's going on in Detroit, because I know you see me posting all the time. I get a lot of questions, I get a lot of texts, a lot of phone calls, DMs, all the things, right? So I really want you guys to just understand why I am so passionate about investing here in Detroit, that I even moved here, okay? So it was super important for me to get you guys involved as well, because the landscape of Detroit is so different and like no other. All right, so before we begin, if you have any questions on any platform, no matter where you are watching, leave them down in the comment section, all right? Leave them and we will get to every last one. I'm hoping every last one, okay? If you guys have a question about funding, if you have anything, want to know about refinancing or fix and flips or different type of loan products, don't worry. I got you. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this party started. And I want to tell you guys about us, all right? So again, welcome to our open house, our virtual open house. Here is, you can screenshot our website information and make sure that you get in contact, okay? So a little bit about me and this journey in Detroit. I started investing here in 2021. And my first two purchases were land bank properties, okay? And had to get my feet wet, understanding rehabs and things like that, renovations, building teams, and the whole nine. And so the first property was a single family property. The second property was a 2-family flat, okay? And I tell people all the time, and they go, how much did they cost? And first one was $2,000. The 2-family flat was $1,800, okay? Which I am sitting in right now, and it's now the headquarters for House Hunter Investments. After that, I purchased 4 land contract properties and accumulated 7 doors in less than 12 months. That was not the original plan. I was just gonna come in, invest, hire a property management company, make some money off of, the cash flow and keep it moving. But the more I started investing and the more I really kind of leaned in to the things that was going on in Detroit, I fell in love. I fell in love with the development and the possibilities and the things that you could do and the growth, the exponential growth that was happening here in the city, and how they cultivated small businesses and just rallied to make the neighborhoods better. And then I was like, you know what? Other investors need to get in on this. So I brought other investors into the city, inviting them on the tour, and started going back. If you can go back to that slide for me, Avery. So we are a full service boutique investment firm in the Metro Detroit area, all right? We handle sales, property management, project management, and I say all the time, we also have therapy sessions, joking, but for real though, we do, because we have to end up counseling all of our clients through the process, because investing is not easy, okay? So why you and why now? All right, so this is so super important. If you found me by way of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you know how big I am on being as informative and transparent as possible, okay? Here with us, House Hunter Investments, you have a full support system. You are not doing this alone. Out of state investing, because I've done it myself and it's my jam. That's why I work with only investors. It can be daunting, it can be scary, because you don't understand how to navigate the waters of Detroit, right? With contractors and building a team. I have started a new series on East Side versus West Side, which is better, which I tell everybody, everywhere is better, right? It just depends on your goal, your strategy, and what you want to do. But we help you from choosing your property to managing your property as well. That's tenant placement, the whole nine. So through the entire process, we don't just leave you after the sale, after the transaction is over, and give you your little gift and take pictures and send you on your way. No, we're in the trenches with you through your rehabs. We are there the entire way through all of your questions and all of the team building. We do a lot of the heavy lifting and a lot of the footwork, and we are the boots on the ground for you. I am very, very, very big on transparency. If you worked with me before, then you know that I will tell you when to walk away or to run away from a property, because it's just not a good fit. It's not about the dollar signs or the money for me. I want to make sure that the property is a good fit for you and what your long-term goals are, okay? You just can't get into anything and then try to make it work, okay? Every aspect has to, work. We're running numbers. We're looking at cap rates. We're looking at neighborhoods. We're looking at, what type of investment that it is for you based on your goals. Okay. Collaboration. We work as a team. Not only are you getting coaching and mentorship, which is a bonus because we are doing it with you, not just for you, but with you. And as you go through the process, but you will be learning how to navigate Detroit. Okay. You know, I had to hold my client's hand this week, a set of clients that I had from Indiana to, you know, just navigating the DTE, you know, the electric and getting that turned on and water and things like that. And a lot of things we do ourselves, but we'll help you do. But we want you to understand how to navigate the waters of setting up the utilities for your properties and things like that, okay? The market and why the landscape of Detroit is because it's growing drastically, okay? As you can see, we just are probably about a month or so out and some change out from having, a month and a half out from having the NFL draft here, which was amazing. And so the city has been gearing up to get other events and other things here that would be more attractive to the city, like the NFL draft. Okay, that weekend was so focused on, you know, small businesses and growing your businesses and real estate, and people really got to understand how Detroit works in the real estate aspect, okay, and why it's a smart move in order to navigate and really just learn how to invest in Detroit, okay? And what do I need to invest in Detroit? I get this all the time. How much money, Chase? Do I need 100? I don't have $1 million. I get that all the time, okay? I'm like, you don't need $1 million. You don't, okay? All you need is the willingness and the mindset, okay? Because investing anywhere, be it Detroit, St. Louis, Philly, Atlanta, anywhere, you need the willingness and the mindset to go and navigate, to go and invest in real estate, period, okay? You need a great plan. You need a strategy, okay? Which we work with you with your plan. We do project planning. We do, when I sit down with you and we have these hour and a half calls, or however long they are, when we have our initial meetings, we're talking about, okay, what are your goals? What do you want to do long term, right? Is this for your family? Is this to pass on to your children? Is this to pay off bills? Is this because you want to fix and flip? Do you want to buy and hold? Do you want the cash flow? What means more to you? Is it equity? You know, those things that I kind of lean into and dig deep to figure out what is the best strategy for you so that we could choose a property that's going to best suit you, okay? I had a client that is really not so much about the money, it's about creating homeowners and giving homeowners the opportunity and becoming the lender, right? And creating that so where women specifically would have the opportunity to own homes. And I was in alignment with that because that's one of the reasons why I started out. And when I started selling off my properties, that was one of the things. I wanted to become a lender and I wanted to give people the opportunity, women, single mothers, the opportunity to become homeowners, all right? Funding sources. You will need funding. It's only so long you can wholesale. All my wholesalers out there, you're gonna get tired. You're gonna get burned out, okay? It's good to stack that capital at first, but you're gonna get tired of driving for dollars. You're gonna get tired of getting cursed out on these phone calls. You're gonna get tired of being hung up on. And at some point, you're just gonna want it to be easy, okay? You're gonna want an easier way. And so funding sources, which we're definitely gonna talk about when I bring up Eli next. I'm super excited about that, okay? You're gonna need funding sources and we definitely help you with that as well. You need a team. You can't come into this thing blind, okay? Be it inspectors, the title company, insurance company, a great broker. You're gonna need all those in contractors, you know, of all trades. And building relationships in this business is what I have done. I have hired a lot of people. I have fired a lot of people as well. But it took me a while to build that perfect team and to get that cohesive flow of people that I can make a phone call, or they know exactly, what I need. And now it's to the point, if I make that phone call, they're dropping everything to make sure that they get to our clients, because they know our clients are a top priority. And the other thing that you need to invest is an exit strategy. Are you going to get out? Okay. Even if it's not out, right? What is your pivot plan, as I call it? Okay. What's next? I mean, do you want to invest forever? Do you want to have these properties forever? At some point, you're going to have to turn them over. Do you want to turn over into something bigger, right? Do you want to upgrade, or do you want to, once those bills, or that kid is in college, or those things are complete, you want to sell? You want to roll all this money into a 401k or another retirement plan? Do you want to retire in Ghana or Bali or another country? What is that exit strategy for you? All right. So I know you guys have plenty of questions, and I'm going to bring Eli up, because he is the man with the plan when it comes to the money. Okay, let's get to the money. He has so many awesome products that you guys are not aware of that you need to know, because you need to know what you have at your disposal. All right. So, Eli.
How's it? Hello, everyone. Chase, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for answering the call and being here. I so appreciate you.
Yes, really excited to talk to your group. Really love what you're doing as well. It definitely warms my heart being a Detroit native, and just to see the momentum that's happening right now, and how much the city is just embracing small businesses, like you mentioned. So it's a great time to invest in the D.
It is. So tell people who may not be familiar with you who you are and what it is that you do.
Absolutely. So my name is Eli Gonzalez, broker owner here at HHIG Home Loans. We're in the heart of the city of Detroit. We're at the GM Renaissance Center, headquartered in downtown Detroit. So the big, beautiful building right off the water. We've been in business now for 3 years. I've been in the finance space for 15 plus years. I started off in banking. Then I got into the mortgage industry, and I would say roughly about 10 years ago. So I've worked for the big #1 and #2 mortgage lenders, Rocket Mortgage and UWM, which is, right here around the corner from us. And I got that experience firsthand. So I always tell people that was like boot camp for me. That got me ready for the real world. And I'm really excited, just the new opportunities that's presenting itself now, just being independent. So that got me ready. I've seen all sides of the business, from the banking side of things to retail. Now I'm doing my own thing here at HHIG Home Loans, and it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, well, congrats on that, because we need some good lenders out here that's gonna, inform our people, especially because, I was talking to you, and I work with investors. I have a heart for investors. My first priority is investors. So what type of products do you have that is so attractive right now and so new that may have an investor leaning in and wanting to contact you today?
Absolutely. Well, first off, you have the DSCR loans, which stands for debt service coverage ratio loans. So basically, long story short, is we take the anticipated rental income, whether it's vacant or tenant occupied, of the subject property, and use a ratio for that to get an approval. So no more tax returns that we need to see, no more huge paperwork that the banks usually make you go through. We just take, and we find that figure based off the appraisal. So the appraiser is the one who dictates the anticipated rental income. Okay, so we use that to qualify. We don't care nothing about your personal income. So the two biggest things there is credit and assets. Those are the two biggest things. So minimum credit score for my investors, I need you guys at least at a 660 credit score. Okay, and then cash liquid. when you're looking to purchase, anticipate 20% down for the most part. We have programs out there where we can go as low as 15%, but I like to show investors, that it's really not favorable right now just because it's a higher rate and higher monthly payment. So standard is 20% down plus 6 months worth of reserves. So say, for example, the new anticipated mortgage payment is $1,000, have an extra $6,000 in the account as well. So I like to show my investors like assets is truly the most important thing. I mean, credit, sometimes we can get exceptions on, but if you got cash, liquid assets, that's the broker advantage. With me, I can make something happen. Even if, because we know Detroit is hit or miss, block by block, right? I can get creative, with these deals, but you got to meet me halfway there with the assets. So first things first, DSCR loans. Okay. Were you going to say something, Chase, on that before I continue? Or?
No, go ahead with that one because I have a question. Go ahead.
Okay, first things first, DSCR loans. That's for purchases or refinances. Second thing, we offer home equity line of credits on your investment properties as well. So we can go up to 70% loan to value, okay, on investment properties. In the banking world, that's unheard of. Most banks and credit unions, you only could get a home equity line of credit on your primary residence and very rarely a second home. We do it also on those as well, but also investment properties, as well. So this is huge for my investors right now. And oh, by the way, we can give you your money within a week. It's all a digital process. No appraisal needed most of the time. But, again, Detroit is hit or miss. So I always like to prepare worst case scenario. Your upfront cost for appraisal will be roughly around $600. But most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, no appraisal is needed. Full digital process. You upload everything there, and you can close right online. We got a mobile notary as well. So you get the money within a week. Most of my investors right now, you have a 3-year draw period. So you got 3 years to utilize that line of credit. And then after that 3-year term matures, you can make your payment on that balance amortized over a 30-year mortgage. So say, for example, you got $20,000 left. That $20,000 is then amortized as a mortgage. So you make payments on that after the term. So this is huge. Like for all my investors, I'm encouraging you guys. Nobody wants to be cash poor. Use other people's money. With that, the home equity line of credit, I need your minimum credit score at 680. Okay, 680 score. You have to close in a personal name. That's a big question that I get. Okay, just because it's a lot riskier look at it from the lender side of things. It's already line of credit. They want you to personally guarantee it. It cannot be in an LLC. Okay, so that's the big thing. Third thing, so we got the DSCR, we got the cash outs, fix and flips. We offer those loans as well with the fix and flip loans. This is a really neat product as well, just because we give you 100% of the rehab costs, up to 90% of the purchase price as well. So that's a big thing. We do we have our fix and flip program where you can actually take a picture of the rehab and get the money as soon as one business day. So we got
business day?
Yeah, one business day. Funding is really quick, so I really tell people like, my investors, my whole process is digital. You'll create a profile through my website. You can upload documents right through my website. As fast as you give me the documents is the fastest that we can get you in the underwriting. Okay, so the good news is too, Chase, like once we get our clients approved, your approval is good for 3 months. So you got a 90-day window to go out and, look at homes. And then, Chase, like you talked about the importance of a team. We also have a team behind us as well. Not only just lenders that we work with here locally, but also we got title companies that help you save you on costs. I got insurance brokers that I work with as well, because you're going to need homeowners insurance. And in Detroit, as you know, Chase, like it can be detrimental when it comes to homeowners insurance, right? That can make or break a deal. So I have someone here locally that I work with too, exclusively for my investors. We got homeowners inspectors as well. Lead inspectors, in Detroit, You know, they require lead inspections, right? For the most part, Chase, in certain properties, in certain areas, but we can help you from A to Z. You know, that's the biggest thing.
Okay. So there's a product that you've been advertising. Is it delayed mortgage?
Delayed financing.
Delayed financing. Let's talk about that. Like we need more.
Yes, absolutely. So this is a great product for my investors. So let's say you buy a property cash, okay? 200,000 today cash. You can turn around the next day and pull the equity out of that purchase price without having to wait a 6 months waiting period. On with average lenders and banks, you got to wait 6 months before you can pull the equity out. With us, there's no waiting period. The only difference is instead of using an appraised value, we use the purchase price, whatever you paid for it, and pull the equity out. Typically, on average, 70%. Just think of it as 70% loan to value. Credit requirements are still the same. I need you at least at a 660 credit score in order to do that. But this is huge, guys, because this not only gives you the money for the rehab of the project, or you can use it towards the down payment of the next project, or, you know, rehab there. You don't have to tie your money up. You could pay yourself right back with that. Okay. And then if you want to do it again and you figure, hey, I'm going to do a rehab on this. Let's say you buy, you know, a land bank property or whatever the case may be. You fix it up there and you have to wait that 6 months. After that 6 months, you did all your renovations. You know, you receive a, let's say, $100,000 boost in equity. Then at that point, we can use the appraised value again. Pull out that equity, that additional 100K or whatever that number is, and use it for the next project, or use it just to have equity, our cash liquid, you know, in your account. So this is huge for my investors. No more waiting. No more waiting to get the money. You can get the money the next day. Okay, so delayed financing, something we offer. Most banks, credit unions, they don't offer this. We do for our investors. Okay, so biggest thing, again, credit, assets. Also, I need the settlement statement as well to show, you know, what you paid for as well. So that's one of the biggest things for my investors.
Listen,
Yes, game changer. Game changer.
a major game changer, because that's always the missing link, or that's always a problem, or, you know, it's that stagnant period between buying one property to the next, because it's like, okay, my funds are tied up here, I need to pull out here. And, you know, I have several investors that have some paid off properties that are, you know, this equity we're just sitting, you know, and they don't know what to do or didn't know that to put into the next project, right? So what I'm telling you guys, this is why I had this vision of having this, because I was like, I need to inform my investors, right? I need you guys to really, really understand what's available to you. Okay, because sometimes you don't know where to research, you don't know what you don't know
what you don't know, right?
Right, and you don't know where to start to do this research if you don't have that information. So I want to make sure that you are informed, like I always do, inform all of my investors. Like, when I know, you know, okay, and I'm always learning, and I'm always, you know, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, making sure I'm always researching. And when I saw Emma repost, I was like, oh my God. And I reached out to you. I was like, okay, I got to know what this is, right? I got to understand this. And so, guys, every time something like this comes up or something major comes up, I will definitely be letting you know about what's going on and how to get connected and how to stay connected, okay? Even if it's not with me, or if you're looking for something else and someone on our team, and at our brokerage, someone can help you, okay? Even if you're looking for another type of property, it's not investment property, and you want to do something else, you're looking for your forever home. If you got snuck in here and you're looking for your forever home, there's product for you too. Eli can definitely help you guys too. But because my niche is working with investors, that's where my focus is. So I want to, do we have any questions? Is there any questions in the chat? Because I can't see, and I want to know before because I don't want to tie up you guys' time, but I did want you guys to have Eli's information so that you could definitely reach out to him. Hopefully you screenshotted that and got his information. If not, we'll put it up again so that you can get connected, stay connected. If you have questions outside of this, right, and you're like, you think of something later on, or you have a very specific question or situation that he may can help you with. You never know, okay? Closed mouths don't get fed. So make sure you reach out, okay? Each one teach one. So are there, any questions?
And I would say, guys, biggest thing for me to stay connected, connect with me on social media. I make posts every day, you know, so I definitely, after seeing Chase, what she's doing out there, I got to step my game up because, oh my God, her marketing is brilliant. But this is the way you can stay in tune with me here, you know, so I'm just not licensed here in Michigan. We're also in Georgia, Florida, and Texas as well. So I'm constantly posting content daily. I'm going to do more videos as well. And we're definitely going to have like more segments towards my investors as well. So Chase, I'm definitely going to inform you and get you informed with that as we move along as well, because I want you guys to see from the lending perspective the side of things as well. And I'm going to walk you through, like, I'm the type of, you know, lender who's going to hold your hand from A to Z. You're never going to feel lost during this transaction. I mean, I bought my house years ago, and it was one of the most scary things ever, just because I didn't know what was coming next. You know, so we're big on that. We got a team behind us. We communicate. We like to over-communicate throughout this process. And, you know, that way you'll feel comfortable and want to do business with us again.
Absolutely. So I think this, we have a question. Go ahead.
Hi. I have one question from it's Kara Foods, and she's asking for the fix and flip. What if you decide to hold the property? Will that be a problem?
No, it won't be a problem. We'll just change the loan type. So, for example, I have a client now where she needed money for the rehab. So we did a fix and flip originally. And then after that was completed, we just refinanced into a regular like DSCR loan. So, because with the fix and flips are short-term loans. So most of the time it's a 12-month loan, because the idea is for you to sell the property. So if you do not decide to sell or change your mind, we'll just have to refinance you out of that loan. No problem. Because by that time, the rehab should be completed, you know, as well. But, you know, we'll just refinance into a DSCR.
Good question. Good question. Do we have any more?
I have another question.
Okay.
If there is an investor that has a property and that property is already owned and there's equity in that property, what would be the next step for that investor?
Cash out refinance. We offer a cash out, and that's their primary residence.
It's an investment property.
Investment property. Okay, still same thing. We can still do a cash out refinance, pull the equity out, use it for a next project, or depending on the loan size, we can do a home equity line of credit. Right now, for all my investors in that type of situation, I'm advocating for a home equity line of credits. Quicker process, digital, no appraisal needed. Money most of the time, you get it in a week. So, you know, hands down, that's it. With that, with the home equity line of credit, one thing I wanted to emphasize too on that, they like to see someone who already owns a home, right? So you can't be like most of the time a first-time home buyer. I see a lot of that, especially when in Detroit, like I'm getting calls really all over the country. And for the line of credit, they like to see you already own a home, so that way they can see some type of mortgage history there or housing history. But if you're a first-time home buyer, we still can offer you a program. Your options are just limited. You know, so let's say you're a first-time investor, first-time home buyer. Your loan size has to be at least $80,000. Okay, so that's a big thing that I run into here as well. because a lot of people see online, hey, I can get a property for 20, 30,000, you know, and it'll be a first-time home buyer. That's not the case with us. Okay, so loan size has to be at least 80,000 for you being a first-time home buyer and first-time investor. So obviously, the more seasoned you are, the better pricing you get, the lower closing costs. What I mean by season, they look at the last 3 years activity. Okay, so that goes for our fix and flip loans as well. They like to see the last 3 years. Okay, is this your first fix and flip project, or is this your fifth? So that plays a factor in pricing. So what I like to do is, you know, I like to do the buyer's consultation. Let's get everything up front first. My application process, simple. It takes you 10 minutes to complete a credit application. That's step one. Okay, we do charge for credit report fees up front. I just want to disclose that because most lenders don't, but it's a reason. I'm independent. Well, I'm at $75 up front, but it's for the life of the loan, or, you know, for the 90-day period. And then you got your appraisal fee if we go that route. Regardless, even if, let's say, we're doing a delayed financing transaction, you still pay for an appraisal, which is roughly like $600 right now on a single family unit, because that's the purposes for the lender. They still have to have the appraised value, even though we may be going a delayed financing route. So I just want to let you guys know that. So upfront cost roughly on a single family home, say expect about $700. You'll see that appraisal credit being credited to you and the credit report fee towards the end of the process. And we show up to our closings as well. So, you know, I won't be a stranger as well. You guys get a chance to meet me and Chase at the closing.
Love getting to the closing table.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, we have you know, those options available. So yeah, biggest thing is being that if you are a first-time home buyer, just the loan limits on that. Now, let's say you're not. Let's say you're a seasoned investor, right? And you see a property out there. I think the lowest that I closed this year, as far as loan size, is roughly like 70,000. But depending on your credit situation and everything, we could go as low as 50,000. 50,000 are low. Okay, with home equity line of credits is 25,000. So honestly, like if you already own property and you got equity there, most of the time, and you're looking at a loan size under 100,000, most of the time, I'm gonna say, hey, let's go with the home equity line of credit, just because it's easier, less closing costs as well. Because you gotta keep in mind, these lenders don't really make as much money, you know, on loan sizes under 100,000. So your costs most of the time are going to be anywhere from 3 to 5% on those loan sizes, right? So it may still be cheaper for you to go the home equity line of credit route for a property under 100,000. Now, Chase, you know this to be true as well. Yeah, don't be, you know, confused with, you know, just thinking Detroit, hey, like it's properties under 100,000. Though we have some crown jewels here, you know, 100,000 and up, from, you know, to 400,000. You look at the historic neighborhoods around the city that we have as well that just need some, you know, loving there. So we do offer the rehab loans. You do need a licensed contractor to bid. So Chase, I'm sure you work with general contractors as well. I do work as well with general contractors to help you guys in that arena as well. And we give you 100% of the rehab, you know, as well. But you can definitely grab a steal, you know, on some of these properties around town.
Okay, we have a couple more questions. We have one from YouTube and one from Facebook. Go ahead, Bridget.
Okay, so Shayna on YouTube asked, if you take a delayed financing loan, can you move that into a different loan to avoid interest rate from increasing?
Well, all our interest rates are locked, so you never have to worry about the rate or anything changes. It's not like an adjustable rate. All our rates are fixed here for the most part. What we're doing, I mean, we do offer ARM loans, which is adjustable rate, you know, mortgages as well, but nobody's really doing that right now. It's considering the market, you know, the way how volatile it is right now. So with the DSCR loans and everything, don't just look at it as fixed loan. The normal conventional loan is just the income process is a little bit different. We don't care about your personal income. All based on the subject property rental, anticipated rents.
You're gonna be getting a lot of calls this week.
I hope so, guys. Let's brainstorm.
And then we have on Facebook, Rod Quality Yarrow. He wants to know what's the going rates on HELOC.
On a HELOC rate right now, starting rate is 10% right now. So the HELOC rates are a little bit higher. And again, the better the credit score, the better the rate. Okay, but again, that's market driven. So that's not fixed as well. You know, these HELOC loans are not fixed. They're adjustable. They adjust to the market. Okay, so it's based on, I think prime rate right now is 8.5%. So they add typically like 2.5% to that. That's with all HELOC loans. You won't see a HELOC loan out there fixed. Okay, but one other thing that I forgot to mention, Chase, we do second loans as well. Okay, so let's say, so it's a second lien loan, right? So let's say you got $100,000 equity, right? We can give you a fixed loan on that $100,000 instead of a line of credit. Let's say you don't want a line of credit. Let's say, hey, I just want my money here. I don't want to touch. I got a client now. I don't want to touch my first mortgage. I got a great rate. I got 3%, you know, on my rate or whatever the case may be. But I still want to tap into this equity. What can you do for me? Got a great solution for you. We can get you a fixed loan in second position instead of the line of credit. It's huge.
That is. Wow.
Yep. On investment properties and primary homes as well. And check this, for my self-employed people out there, my investors, we can use your bank statements to qualify you as income versus your tax returns. So we'll average out the last 12 or 24 months, again, depending on your profile. So that's why me and you, we're going to have a conversation before I cast the wide net out there to my lenders, because being a broker, right now we have 30 lenders under our umbrella right now. So all my lenders, they call me every day. They compete for my business, you as my client. So we're going to talk and game plan before I even cast out that net out there to my lenders. Okay, and I'm going to say, hey, listen, based on your scenario, okay, I got lender A offering us this and lender B. I'm going to show you both options and then let you decide which route you want to go. If you need my advice on that, I'll say, hey, I recommend this based on your situation, because keep in mind, guys, too, I look at this as like my 9 to 5, but I'm also a real estate investor too on the side. Listen, y'all can't get all the money. Y'all can't do it all by yourself. We got to get a piece of this pie too. So that's why me and Chase, we're here as well. We're active. So we speak the language of you guys. I know everything that you guys are going through because I'm one as well when I get done with my job here, 9 to 5. So, you know, we're here with you every step of the way. We understand everything. So I'm going to put on my investor hat as well and say, hey, listen, if I was in your shoes, this is the route I would go, but let you choose.
Exactly. And so, and to add to that, what you guys need to know is when you're always asking, what do you think about this property? If I say no, it's because I'm not just thinking about the right now. I'm thinking about the repair costs. I'm thinking about your financing. I'm thinking about long-term, how you can make this money. How can you, make the most from this investment? I'm not just looking at it. Oh, I'm looking at the neighborhood. Like, how can you totally maximize this property? So if I ask you, and I've asked some of you, tell me why you want this property. Tell me why, after I clearly said I wouldn't do it, tell me why you're still locked into this property, right? And so you have to, like he said, take in, the advice, take the advice, and I'll tell you if I'm like, my gut says it's a no. Or if I'm like, if I don't get back to you, because I'll say in a minute, if it's the right property, we need to make an offer. Let's go, because I can feel it. I can feel it. I've won every time I've done it. So make sure that you are listening to the people that have done it multiple times and people that know the industry, and lean in and ask questions. If you don't know, ask questions. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to ask a million questions. You know, sometimes you guys call me, thankfully, while I'm driving sometimes, and I can answer your questions. And if I don't, then I'll get back to you. So don't think I'm ignoring you. But take the advice and know that Eli and I, we are working on your behalf. We're working for your best interest because we're looking at the property. It's an asset, okay? And we are here to protect your assets, okay?
Exactly.
So that's all we really have for this evening. Eli, did you have any thing you wanted to add, or did we have any more questions?
Chase, we got one more question before we go.
Okay, sure. Let's get the question.
All right, so we have on YouTube, it's Kara Foods again. She wants to know, as a new business, after the first purchase, what's the time frame one has to wait to cash out refinance?
As a new business, he said, and so he just purchased the property, or
so let's say, hypothetically speaking, closing is next week.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically speaking, how soon after next week can they cash out?
The next day.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. The next day.
Let's run it up. Let's run that play. Let's go. See, guys, I'm telling you, it's you can't. Let's not make it complicated. It's not complicated. Like you know the play. Let's go.
Let's go.
Haste makes waste. Okay, the longer you wait and you sit and think about it, you're gonna talk yourself right out of it, right? And that's not okay. Trust me. If he's saying next day, let's get to work. You should be looking for the next property now before we close. Yeah.
Woo. Now we talking, say, man. Listen, where was you when I bought my first investment property?
I don't know, but here I am now.
Yes. Yes.
Here I am now. So we have each other. So listen, everybody, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to us. You have Eli's information. You have my information. Make sure you reach out. You get connected. Stay connected. Screenshot this, all right?
Yes.
Screenshot this information to make sure that you know, because you don't know. We just tapped into and talked about a few of the products that he has tonight. I'm pretty sure that there are more and that there are more to come.
Yes.
So if you guys have any questions and you need to get in touch and you're like, hey, okay, Chase, I'm ready to take that leap. You've convinced me. I've seen you 45,000 times on social and I've seen all your videos. I'm ready to take the leap. Come on, I got you. You have a ready-made team, okay? We are not going to leave you out here. We're not going to, we have an amazing title company. We have amazing financing now, funding for you, okay? We have an excellent, amazing team of inspectors, so they're not going to lead you wrong. Just tap in, all right? Tap in and get in the game. Don't be scared of Detroit, okay? If I did it, right. I did it.
Right.
You can do it too. All right. So that is all we have for this evening. Thank you so much, Eli, for
thank you, Chase,
putting on and being so gracious and helping me out with this tonight.
Thank you. Listen, awesome job. And again, I'm honored to be here to talk to you guys. But this is just the first of many. Me and Chase, we got some big things coming, so I'm really excited to really educate you guys throughout this process because, again, and you hit the nail on the head, Chase, it's not as difficult as people may seem. Don't even think much about it. Like, I'm going to make this process so easy for you guys that you'll be like, wow, like, I can't even believe it. I went through this process seamlessly, like, seriously, and then the team aspect. We're preaching team. Team is so important, like the people that I work with as well, like we do multiple deals together constantly. So I know what type of people I'm working with and I vouch for them, during this process as well. So that's huge for any investor out there because you can't do everything by yourself. And like she said, we're boots on the ground. We're in the field every day. So we see what's going on, guys. So more to come. Chase, amazing. And just stay tuned. Stay locked in with us, guys. Social media presence. We got more coming.
All right, everyone. So my information is on actually the next screen coming up. If you need to get in contact with me, make sure you reach out. Text is the fastest way. Email, I'll check a few times a day. I'm here for you. We are here for you. So make sure you reach out. And thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you so much for joining. And good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.